What will you say to God when you die? I have often been asked this by fundamentalist Christians, seeking to imply that when presented with the divine creator, I will suddenly buckle under pressure, throw my hands in the air, and shout, "Burn me now, holy of all holies!" What these people do not realize is that I know precisely what I will tell God when I die, if indeed he exists. It'll most likely be something along the lines of, "Hey, bang up job on creation. The mechanisms you put in place for life's creation showed quite a lot of ingenuity. Gotta hand it to you. So I've always wondered, how does the fine-tuning of that coupling constant work?" And then we'll most likely have an interesting little chat about physics, the intricacies of the universe, and all those things that made me wonder at night and kept me searching for the answers. Because that's what I do. I constantly explore the amazing possibilities that this universe has to offer me. And if there's at all an afterlife in my future, then I'll be damned if I don't spend it continuing to search for the answers. I am an atheist because of an interpretation of the physical evidence. All of the natural laws that govern the universe, quantum mechanics, thermodynamics, chemistry, evolution, etc., all of these laws are based on pure statistics. In fact, there's a central principle that can be used to explain everything about the universe: statistical diffusion. What is quantum mechanics but a statistical formulation of physical principles? What is thermodynamics but the statistical mechanics that it is based upon? And chemistry, likewise. What is natural selection without the law of diffusion guiding it? If there is anything that my extensive studies in the sciences has taught me, it is that everything around us is guided by statistical principles, and all the apparent order that we see can be reduced to chaos and randomness on the very lowest level. I have found this countless times through experiments, simulation, and tireless calculations that have all shown this to be true. Thus, it is only logical for me to assume that since all of the evidence screams randomness is key at me, an intrinsic order arising from an intelligent life force with an agenda for morality seems to be not only preposterous but entirely false. If there is a God, then he must have hidden his fingerprints so thoroughly that they appear as randomness and chaos. And if he ever confronts me about my beliefs, he will not have a problem with the evidence I present, but with the interpretation that I take. In fact, given that he has hidden himself so thoroughly from all scientific scrutiny, he probably won't have a problem with me at all. But what of the religious zealot, the fundamentalist, or even the religious man who even slightly allows his religion to override his reason and his logic? To this man I ask, which are you more certain of, that the universe was divinely inspired or that your Bible was? Because if you allow your Bible to trump all that science can teach you about the universe, you are not being faithful to whatever true deity may be out there. Put it this way, if I'm right, then neither the universe nor the Bible will lead you to God. But if I'm wrong, only one of the two is a dead certain creation of God. The Bible is hit or miss. It may be true or it may be dead wrong. The probability that it is just another creation of man, given its record, is pretty high. But what of the universe? Can you possibly think that the universe will lead you astray with lies and deceit? No. If God exists, and if he is as obvious as you claim him to be, then perhaps you should be looking to the natural world for the answers, rather than a work of fiction. You can claim to me all you want that it's a matter of faith. I won't agree with you, but then again, I'm just another human with another opinion, biased by my own agenda. But if God really does exist, then faith can take a running jump as far as he's concerned. Because if you're wrong, and you've been worshiping a man-made God this entire time, then you'd better have some explaining to do. Personally, I don't think that God gives a shit what anyone believes, so long as they're not killing each other. But clearly you do believe in a jealous God, so you'd better make damn certain he's the one. Because if God's as much of an envious fellow as you claim him to be, then you'll probably be hearing this the second you meet him face to face. Oh, look! It's that chap that went on and on about how he couldn't possibly believe that God created the world through evolution and particle physics and the Big Bang and such. After all, what a pathetic God that would be, wouldn't it? Isn't that what you said? How you'd only believe in a God if he made the world in 7 days, speaking it into existence nonetheless, and any other God would just have to shove off because he wouldn't be good enough for you. Here I am, thinking to myself that I was quite clever using statistics to my advantage to make a world that runs itself. No outside help needed. A clock that just keeps ticking without needing to be wound. But I suppose I should thank you for putting me in my place. I suppose I'll just have to do it your way the next time around. Or maybe I should just hand the job over to you. I mean, you have the entire observable universe at your disposal to explore and discover. And hey, I even threw some incentive in there, made it so every scientific discovery you made could feel technology and make life a little easier for you. But no, you'd have no part in that, would you? Everything you ever needed to know came from your Bible. Anything pertaining to the real world was just beyond your imagination. What use was it to give you the capacity for reason and logic and intelligence when you have to go and waste it away on some dogma handed to you by people 2,000 years ago? The most precious gift I had to give to you, you left out to rot like you didn't appreciate it. Why did I even bother creating you? And once God is finished, all you'll have to say in reply is, well, it's a matter of faith.